Today, from Soldier Field in Chicago, it's Week 10 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Chicago Bears taking on the Dallas Cowboys.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Dallas Cowboys and the Chicago Bears. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. First look at the Cowboys offense as Dak Prescott gets ready to guide them.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
Ezekiel Elliott, the Cowboy ball carrier.
The numbers for Zeke from last week. 16 carries, 100 yards on the nose, and a score.
They look like a team that really emphasized the running game in the offseason. They were going to build around it. Didn't matter whether they were going to run gap scheme, power scheme, whatever. They've got a runner who finds yardage if you give him just a little bit of space.
Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack below Nichols. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop it. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Not the best of starts here. We know they're on a 2-game skid. 3 and out. That's not what they had drawn up.
Not even close. And now what you're asking your defense to do is pick you up. And they've had to do that, I'm sure, during this losing streak. Hopefully you've got one of those confident defenses that says, we'll take care of that. Hopefully you'll get back on track soon.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bajorquez to punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. To return is Taylor. Big seam, and he might go all the way. Touchdown, Chicago. All told, it's a punt return of 74 yards. And the Bears have taken the early lead. They get the stop defensively, force the punt. They score without their offense even stepping on the field.
I remember playing on special teams and teasing the guys on offense. Like, look, you don't even worry about it. you guys just hang out over there. We'll bring this one all the way back and get the points we need. In this case, they actually got that done.
Santos with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Cowboys nothing. Cairo Santos set to kick off.
So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. This is Tony Pollard. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. First possession resulted in a punt. What does Mr. Davis predict for possession number 2?
I'm looking forward to seeing what they had down on their play sheet, because most teams start with that script, that so-called script, about things they want to do. Some of those plays are used to probe, and some of those plays are used to attack. I think they're going to try to attack on this possession.
All right, let's see what happens. Will they attack?
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there when
pressure comes and down he goes. Bilal Nichols able to record his 5th sack of the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And the return will stop right around the 25. So now here are the Bears with excellent field position to start off. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing 1 interception. Didn't have a touchdown to offset it. But the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
That is caught at the 7-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
8 yards.
Ball at the 6 here as they work with a 2nd and 2.
At the 6-yard line.
They'll look to throw. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Allen Robinson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bears will add on to their lead. Now the point after try for Santos.
It's never fun for a defense to run on the field knowing that they're having to defend a short field. Just the idea of trying to limit an offense in that position, daunting for a defense.
Cowboys nothing. Cairo Santos set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Now Dak Prescott and the offense heading back onto the field. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Looking to throw, Prescott. And he'll go underneath here to Elliott. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
To Ezekiel Elliott.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Taylor now returning it. 13 yards the tally on the return there. And the Bears take over. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
Back to throw now on first down. And the ball is knocked out. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Had some good yardage there, too, before he fumbled that football, Charles.
Yeah, just think about it this way. Running backs, as a general rule, they kind of know when the end of a run is near, and you notice how they cover up, right? They protect the football. Sometimes quarterbacks forget that out in the open field. After a while, you start to wonder, does the running back coach visit the quarterback coach and say, hey, I can help you with this? We can protect this and make sure we keep the ball.
They start on the ground with Elliott. He'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23.
Ezekiel Elliott.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center.
Intended for Ezekiel Elliott.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. This is fielded at the 27. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We were watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complimentary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same formula in this game.
Complimentary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Cowboys, nothing.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Now a dump off here complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
in. Touchdown, Chicago. What a great play there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. As the Bears push further out in front. Great call to hand that one off, and his running back did the rest.
Someone read their keys correctly, and on the defensive side of the ball, they certainly did not, because they really essentially were just going to swarm the quarterback. They kind of guessed themselves out of the play, and guess who benefited? The guy with the football.
Cairo Santos set to kick off.
Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. This is Elliott. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Throwing, Prescott. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Now, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Elliott. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
6-yard line.
They've got 2nd and 12 from the 36. Here's Prescott. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
And it's 3rd down.
Prescott from the gun. Forced out to his left. And he will be marked down short of the 1st as they get to him at the 29.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense. Hey, man, let's play our game.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. had to.
The roughing the kicker called on 4th down. What a big break. Leads to a 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Elliott. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
At the Bears' 14-yard line.
On 2nd and 9, Prescott. And this is caught off a deflection. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. The Cowboys on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Brings up 4th down. Solid coverage by the Bears D.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18.
Cowboys 3.
Now, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
On the return, it's Taylor. Oh, good-looking return set up here.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right. And that's caught inside the 30. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27.
1st and 10 at the 27.
Big plays are starting to become the trend here in this first half, and everything that they've tried has worked. And there's another example right there.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
And 4 at the Cowboys.
2nd and 4. Letting one go deep for the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, the first 2 drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Open man, he finds Kmet. Touchdown, Chicago. Cole Kmet. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears will extend their lead. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half.
Cairo Santos set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Prescott looks to throw on first. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Quan Alexander. And they will score a pick six for a Bears touchdown.
Touchdown.
That pick six extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
Santos with the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half.
Cairo Santos set to kick off.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Now Dallas gets set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. To throw again on second down, Prescott, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Prescott. And Prescott, his 3rd interception. Eddie Jackson picks it, and the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. Now a play fake here on first down. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A great effort there with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Bears add on.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half.
Cairo Santos set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Cowboys. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room. In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
And this one quickly to Lamb. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you down to Orlando. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. Taken in the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
24-yard line.
So here are the Bears to take over on offense. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he whips that one incomplete there. Cole Kmet, the intended receiver, but it'll be second down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
Yeah, the Cowboys here on third down, bringing in an extra defensive back. Back to throw here. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And the return will stop right around the 25. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him 3 on the gain there. Second and goal. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on second and goal.
A gain of 3 brings up second and
now Prescott. And that's incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over it.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same.
And this is going to be intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And nothing there on the return. They got the football, but they'll have to start this drive at their own 4-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his second interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
And again this time to the tailback. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And for a second straight play, that Cowboy defense gets him to the ground behind the line of scrimmage. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
Running the ball can be a struggle in this part of the field. In fact, it's a perfect spot for defenders to pin their ears back and try and work upfield, and they capture him for a loss.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. Great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
The Dallas offense back out onto the field. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
At their 49-yard line.
Prescott down. Over the middle, complete. That's Elliott. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. The 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. And a short gain down to about the 33. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
At the 33-yard line.
Prescott to throw it. And he's going to go down. They get to it back at the 40. Khalil Mack, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Here's Prescott. And that is incomplete.
But the passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there.
Bears 42, Cowboys 6.
Kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag? You're just trying to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
At their own 21-yard line.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He is hoping to find the end zone for a 3rd time, and we sit now in the 3rd quarter.
And nothing would excite him more, but I think even more so, his offensive line. Anytime you've got a guy scoring that many times, that means you've done a really nice job in front of him.
You're always giving props to the big fellas up front.
It's always a good idea. Those are some massive men. We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
Flush to his right, and he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
On 2nd down, they'll try and run the counter. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. That's a third down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there. 29 yards as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. What a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead.
Cairo Santos set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
They go to Elliott again. Not a whole lot of room to run. Gets it to the 35 after showcasing the great move. Back now at Soldier Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Third and short yardage. Prescott. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Give them 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas first down.
Dallas.
To throw is Prescott. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
It's a pickup of 6.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
CeeDee Lamb is intended target.
And it's 3rd and 4.
Jalen Johnson on the coverage.
They'll throw again. Prescott. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Elliott. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
1st and 10. At their own 8.
The Chicago offense set to get started.
And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions. Because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remote's clicking off right now.
He's going up top for Taylor.
This is caught inside the 15. And he takes us down deep on the Cowboys side of the field.
First down and goal to go.
Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era. And we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Jordan Lewis right there on the coverage.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And they're going to go for this thing. They're not going to leave anything to chance. They're going to roll the dice on 4th and goal. Back to throw. Open man. He finds Kmet. Touchdown, Chicago. Cole Kmet, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Bears continue to pour it on. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter.
That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. Pollard elects to keep it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Possession of the football going back to the Cowboys. And they, unfortunately, are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
And he'll drop here to throw.
They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards.
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, they just can't get off the ground. And that play, they wound up losing yardage.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Out of the gun, here's Prescott.
Able to hit his target, Lamb.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. It's taken to the 26.
Nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back.
And we have reached the 2-minute warning. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
As they try to finish things off in this 4th quarter, and that current 5-game win streak looking like it's going to go to 6.
Well, going deep here for Taylor. And that's caught inside the 30. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
He was taken down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
6-yard line.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet.
The pass.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to spring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
And he's got it. And the Bears are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
Santos with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more.
Cairo Santos set to.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And they will score a pick 6 for the Bears. Touchdown.
Touchdown, Bears.
That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead.
Cairo Santos set to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guy.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 47. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
By the Cowboys. They'll take over.
Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. A first down throw for Prescott. Oh, Prescott stripped. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
The fumble on first down. Now here's second down.
Looking to throw. Prescott. He's got Burton here.
Prescott's pass.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
A 3-yard gain on the play. Brings up third.
One last shot now for Prescott. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
Bears 70.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Chicago, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.